Number 1. Cursed. When I was about 8 or 9 years old, we lived in a house that my father built for us in the middle of nowhere. My parents owned a small business that often brought clients to our remote little homestead, and over the years, we met some rather odd people. One such person was a strange man that gave me the creeps as soon as I saw him. He arrived at our home in a black car with tinted windows, wearing all black with a black hat and dark sunglasses. His demeanor was very strange, and he was very interested in our black Persian cat named Mercedes. Nevertheless, he left after his consultation with my parents, but later at dinner, everyone admitted that he set them on edge. That night, Mercedes came down with a big illness. A few days later, the local vet couldn't diagnose. That included the cat vomiting up gobs of what appeared to be black tar. A short while after, Mercedes died. We remembered in her final moments, she would swat and hiss at something in the air. I'll never forget the chill I got when she took her last breath. After this, many strange things began happening around our home. We'd find footprints in the snow that started and stopped out of nowhere, noises in the middle of the night, wallpaper would be torn halfway off the walls. My mother, who was always somewhat of a sensitive person, claimed to see demonic creatures around the house, and she became rather withdrawn. In the middle of the night, I had a particular bad asthma attack. I heard my mother wake up screaming, "Get away from her!" and trying to get to me. Every box from under the bed and around the room had been stacked between where I lay on the floor and my mother's side of the bed, preventing her from getting to me. She finally reached me and gave me my inhaler, and she cried all night. She never told me what she saw that night. Strange things continued happening over the next several months. We had the house blessed and tried everything we could. Eventually, the activity started to slow. My brother and his family live in the house now, and they hear unexplainable sounds every so often, but nothing like what happened that winter. I grew up to be quite a skeptic, but I still can't explain what happened that year. I just tell myself it was all in our heads. Number 2. The Little Girl. I was 19 years old and I was staying the night at my best friend's house. We were sleeping on the bed and I woke up in the middle of the night. There was a girl, around 6 or 7 years old, standing at the foot of the bed just looking at us. I was so freaked out I just kept looking back. I was too scared to do anything. She slowly faded away. I swear this really happened, but I'm not sure if it was a ghost or if I was somehow semi-awake and I dreamt it. This was the scariest thing I've ever experienced in my life, regardless if it was my imagination or a real ghost. I didn't tell my friend for a couple months after because I didn't really believe it, so there was no way that he would. A few months after I saw the girl in his room, one day we were in his room again and he was telling me how one night he heard children laughing in the living room. They went to their bedroom door to listen better, and when they got to the door, there was a loud thunk on it, like someone hit it. They ran out of the room thinking someone was in their house, but when they checked the house, there was no one there and all the doors were still locked. I was so freaked out, but I never told anyone about the night I saw the little girl. Thanks guys. Please share, comment, and subscribe for more videos. And remember, never forget to lock your doors.